Hello everyone. Today I want to share about Genesis chapter 22 to 23. Here are my questions. Has God commanded something perplexed that you cannot understand nor accept it? How much do we understand God's true intention in our lives? Can you obey His will though it is so painful to do it? So, before we read the chapter 22 to 23, I want to think about these questions. What did God commanded you to do something? Very perplexed. As the Bible attests, we believe that God leads us to the green pasture and protect us from dangerous situation as our good shepherd. And we also believe that God makes the righteous prosperous and safe because God takes care of them. So many verses in the Proverbs affirms it. However, sometimes we face hardship and loss that challenges our faith in God and make us hard to believe His goodness. For example, the loss of your family or your hardship in your life, though you did not commit any sin. So, how do you think about it? Here are here is a one example that Abraham should obey. God commanded him. After these things, God tested Abraham and said to him, Abraham, and he said, Here I am. He said, Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of the Moriah and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains of which I shall tell you. Everybody knows that Isaac is the promised son that to fulfill God's covenant with Abraham. And God gave Isaac to Abraham when he was 100 years old. He waited Isaac a very long time. And then Isaac is an important son to the Abraham and to God also important because he is the promised son for the covenantal relationship. However, we cannot understand why God offered Isaac as a burnt offering. Isn't there any other ways to test Abraham's faith? God, Abraham, Isaac. What should we do when we face a challenging situation that make us perplexed and despair and hard to understand God's intention? In the case of the Abraham, he took Isaac and was about to kill him to obey God's commandment. So he did not question, Lord, why do you want to kill my son and offer you as a burnt offering? Though he is a promised son, he just obeyed it. Then God made him stop it and showed Jehovah Jireh. So can you see it? God's intention in this story is he wanted to test Abraham's faith. So to test his faith, he commanded Abraham to offer Isaac as a burnt offering. We see that God never wanted to kill Isaac. His intention is just to test Abraham. So we will not see Jehovah Jireh. The meaning is the Lord will provide until we fully obey God's commandment. Abraham could see Jehovah Jireh because he fully obeyed God's commandment. And we should trust God's goodness and faithfulness and love. Then we can obey him fully. We know that Abraham knew God would provide the sacrifice animals for him. That's why, because of his uh, faith in God, he could obey God. And second part is when Abraham looked for the property to bury Sarah, he did not intend to take it with his power. He wanted to pay the price for the property. See how Abraham used his power. Ephron answered Abraham, my Lord, listen to me. A piece of land worth 400 shekels of silver. And what is that between you and me? Bury your dead. Abraham listened to Ephron, and Abraham weighed out for Ephron the silver that he had named in the hearing of the Hittites, 400 shekels of silver, according to the weight current among the merchants. So he paid just the price for the property and officially bought it. Though he could take it for free with his power, he did not use his power for it. He did not seek any unjust benefit. So if you have a power, pay for what you buy honestly and reasonably, not seek unjust benefit. And pay for your tax honestly and use your power to fulfill your responsibilities and tasks, not oppress others, especially the poor. God gave us some kind of a power to do our mission. So we should not seek any unjust benefit with our power. We have to use our power to fulfill God-given missions so that we can glorify his name and enlarge his kingdom on earth. So let's remember, trust that God protect us and take care of us. When God tests our faith, obey his commandment first with faith in him. Use your power honestly and righteously. Thank you very much.